Hello everyone, welcome back to Peak Coding. In this video, we are going to learn how to create a chatbot using WhatsApp Business API and ChatGPT API with PHP. By the end of this video, you will have a clear understanding of how to create a chatbot for WhatsApp using these powerful tools. If you want to know about chatbot development in depth, please check out the blog link in the description. So without wasting time, let's get started. So this is my file and this is the file URL as you can see in browser. So first of all, we need to configure WhatsApp Business API on Facebook developer account. You need to go in developer Facebook, click on create an app. Then select other, next, select business, add the app name that you want, let's say P coding. Click on create an app. Okay, perfect. So now our app has been created. Scroll down a little bit and click on WhatsApp setup. So here you can create a new business and or you can select from existing business. So I'm selecting this account and continue. So now app has been created. Now let's click on start using the API. So now we are on get started page, so we will need this temporary token, and here we will use a testing phone number that provided from Facebook for now. Okay, and where the message will go, we can use this is my number for testing purpose. Okay, so we can use this for now, and let's click this send message button and see. Okay, perfect. Now I have received messages on my phone, as you can see this message. Okay, now let's start coding. Okay, first of all we need to click on configuration. Okay, so this page are loading. Meanwhile, okay, here we need to add our callback URL. So before adding, we need to write some code because Facebook will verify this webhook URL with the token. Let's write some code here. Okay, now let's write another line of code. We can call it verified token. That's equal to Okay, so now we will compare a request token with our token. If token will equal to our type is equal to, let's say we are writing here archive, our code will be equal to archive. Okay, if code is equal to archive, then we can echo challenge. So now this URL work perfectly in callback URL in Facebook. Okay, perfect. Now let's save it. Okay, now let's add this URL in our configuration in Facebook URL. So click on edit button, and here we need to specify our URL, and here token. What was the token? My name. So now let's click on verify and save. Okay, perfect. Web callback URL has been added. So now we can monitor the message. I mean, whenever someone send message from WhatsApp, that message will trigger on this webhook URL. So we can process that message in ChatGPT, then we can respond back to user. Okay, now let's configure webhook. Click on webhooks. In webhooks we need to configure the event that we want to trigger. So we want to trigger a message. Message is object. I mean, we want to receive this object webhooks. So click on subscribe. Okay, perfect. Okay, perfect. So now we have everything ready for writing code. Let me save token. Okay, so I need this token. I copy this token, and let's say here we can save this token. Okay, we have token now. Or we need a phone number. This is test number. Select. We need a phone number ID. This one. Copy this and phone ID. Okay, let's save it here. Yes. Now let's get the webhook response. Okay, okay, so now we will receive webhook data in this variable. Okay, so for testing, let's say if payload, let's say if not empty, sorry, if empty, if empty payload, then we can is equal to this is the message default message from WhatsApp webhook. Okay, now let's print this payload variable, and I will tell you which data we need from this data payload, and save. Let's load this URL. Okay, perfect. So basically we need message object. From message object we need this phone number, user phone number, and we need this message, body message. Okay, and we need the username as well. Okay, so here is the username. Okay, let's extract data from this object. Let's try. First of all, let's extract the username. Okay, so before getting username we need to decode the this object. Decode. We need to decode the payload object, payload data. Okay, now we have decoded data. Let's we need a username, and we name user phone number. We need a user message. Okay, now let's get the data inside these variables. Okay, so now let's this is the demo file that I have already developed. Let's copy these three variables and paste it here. Now let's check. Let's print username, and after that we will print user phone, and then we will okay. Now let's save and refresh the URL. Okay, now let's refresh. Okay, perfect. Now we have user name, user phone number, and the message. Now our next step is to send this message to ChatGPT API, and we will get the response from ChatGPT API. Then we will show that response to the user. I mean, we will send that response to user on WhatsApp again. Okay, so now let's start ChatGPT API. First of all, you need to go in OpenAI beta website, and you need to copy your API key from there. Okay, after that we need to create an array of data that we will pass to our ChatGPT. Okay, now we will create array that we will pass to ChatGPT API. In this array we will send a prompt that will be our user message. Okay, after that there are some extra parameters you can pass as it is. Okay, then we will encode this data, because we will pass encoded data. We will pass encoded data on ChatGPT API. Okay. Perfect. Let's now we have encoded data in this variable. Now we will pass this data to ChatGPT with the help of curl request. Okay. Now let's copy curl request. Okay. Perfect. Let's rename this variable as data. Okay. Now we have encoded data, and now this is a basic example of curl request. Here this is the URL where we will send our request. This is OpenAI API endpoint. Okay. Here we are sending some custom headers. In custom headers we are passing our API key that is provided by ChatGPT. Okay. After that we will receive the data a response in this result variable. Okay, and here is curl execution close. Now let's print or the result, because from result we need only the message. Now let's save. Now let's refresh our callback URL. Okay, perfect. As you can see, we need only choices and this text. Okay, and we will send this text back to the user on WhatsApp. Perfect. So now let's go back in our code editor here. First of all, we will decode this result. We will decode this result and we will save it in this. This is a variable name OpenAI response. Now we have decode data from ChatGPT API. Okay. From decode data we need only text. This text from choices and object. Okay. Perfect. Okay, so now we have final message from ChatGPT API. Now let's echo this message and see what we got. Save it. Perfect. Now let's refresh this page again. We should see this message. Okay, perfect. As you can see, we are getting response from ChatGPT API. Now we will send this response back to user on WhatsApp. Let's see how. Okay. Now let's okay, this is the token. Remember, this is token. Let's create one variable here that will be the API version. I mean, which version we are using. Okay, we will use v16 version. Okay. Now scroll down a little bit here. We will write try catch block. Okay, try catch. Okay, perfect. Perfect. So this is the endpoint where we will send our message. This is the URL you can get from this page as well. from your developer Facebook console. Okay, so now let's copy this and we will see in. This is our endpoint, and here we are adding our API variant. This variant, let me show you this one. Okay, after that we will create an array that we will pass it to WhatsApp Business API. Okay, now we have an array. Let me explain one by one. Okay, this is the product that we are using, that is WhatsApp 2. In 2 variable we are passing user phone number where we will send the message. Okay, and this 2 came from this user phone number. Okay, we will replace this 2 with user phone number. Okay, this is a text and this is a array, and here body we are passing a final message that is came from ChatGPT API response. Let me show you where this is a final message we are getting from ChatGPT API and we are passing here. Now we have data. Now let's initialize curl request again. Let's copy this code. Okay, perfect. Now here the basic example of curl request you can find on Google everywhere. Okay, the main thing here we are passing authorization barrier is an access token, that is our WhatsApp business token, this one token. Okay, let's say this is token. Okay, now we have this token. Okay, and here in post field we are passing encoded data. Okay, this data. Now everything is good. Now let's echo response. That's it. And now the last thing is we are adding exceptions in catch block. That's it. Okay, for monitoring error we are I have write some code for writing text file where we will save our response. Okay, this file will write payload that will trigger from WhatsApp Webhook. So that's it. Now let's save this. Okay, perfect. Now if we will refresh this URL, we should receive message on WhatsApp. Now let's refresh. Okay, perfect. As you can see, P Coding is a YouTube channel we have received. Now we can chat this chatbot easily. Now cancel Alt tab. Now let's try to chat. Who is Google? Okay, perfect. As you can see, who is Facebook? It's working perfect. So I hope you like this video. If you like this video, please hit the subscribe button and like and share my video. Thank you.